Hello, this video is going to be talking about the mid-air collision that happened today between a World War II fighter aircraft and the B-17 Flying Fortress from World War II over in Dallas. Now, this is a really hard situation to watch. I'm going to show the clip here. It's not graphic, but it certainly is shocking content, so you have been warned. Now, this happened just a few hours ago, and I posted a video showing the clips, and some of the comments were a little concerning, and I'm just here to clarify a few things. I don't want to push any blame, but it's a lot more complicated than people are allowing it to be. So first off, this is an accident. It's an extremely unfortunate event, and due to the low altitude nature and the hard impact, there were no survivors to be told of right now. Although no information about that has been released, no names have been released. I have looked hard into the pilots, and I can't find anybody to post up on the screen for you right now. However, I do have the aircraft. These were the two aircraft involved. As you can see, a P-63 Kingcobra and a B-17 Flying Fortress. We're going to do a quick breakdown of the clip right here. So these two clips right here are what I consider to be the best camera angles for this mid-air collision. The first one here, you can see the P-63 is making that low left-hand turn and never has a chance to get eyes on the B-17. There are some angles where it looks like the P-63 just flies directly into him. That is not the case. He is losing altitude and the B-17 is flying level, and they just end up hitting directly in the center fuselage of that B-17. This is what I consider to be the best angle for the entire situation. To give you some context, this was a very crowded airspace. There were bombers doing low formations over the airfield, and obviously these fighters were trying to do the same. I'm not sure if they were attempting to coordinate a flyby, but it does not look like that. But I have been to other Wings Over shows. This one was Wings Over Dallas. Specifically, I've been to the one in Pennsylvania. And they do tend to have the airspace pretty crowded, although they keep a good distance between all of the aircraft. This obviously was not the case. So this could have been a poorly planned execution for the flyby, or just a bad communication, or both of them combined. I don't want to directly blame the P-63 pilot, as he was just a victim of the situation as much as the B-17 pilots and whoever was on board was as well. Now, it might be easy to blame the P-63 pilot in this situation, but you have to understand the visibility of this exact plane. It is not good. It was actually notoriously bad, both during World War II, when it was released in 1942, and to pilots now. And given that the P-63 was banking in a left-hand turn while losing altitude, it would have been a very hard thing to spot, even an aircraft as large as a B-17 coming from its low right. The leading theory right now, I'll show you from Mrgunsngear. He talked to one of his friends who used to be an F-16 pilot, and he speaks for himself.
Member who's a retired F-15, F-16 fighter pilot. I sent him the videos and asked him what he thought. He said that, in his opinion, due to his training, that pilot was watching his leader off to the left, and due to the bank that he was doing, never saw the P-17. So again, my initial inclination is most likely what happened. Obviously, there's going to be a huge investigation and all those sorts of things, but coming from a career fighter pilot, I'd say that's pretty likely what happened.
And as easy as it is to push blame, this was not about old aircraft. They're maintained better than a lot of modern aircraft are. This was not about old or bad pilots. Maybe it could have contributed, maybe not. But I think you put a fresh pilot in there, again, a victim of the situation. What is he supposed to do? He's trying to follow his leader there. He's in an aircraft that gives him a massive disability, a disability that we've known about for 80 years. I don't believe that this was his fault, and I think it's unjust to put blame on somebody right now. This is just another strike to the reputation of the P-63 platform. This whole situation is very, very unfortunate, and I've been lucky enough to be able to get up and close with some of these aircraft before. Even a P-63, which was the one that was involved in this incident. However, it's not the exact aircraft, although it was at the show. It was not the one that was involved in the crash. But according to the Wings Over Dallas website, there's only 5 operational and flying B-17s left in the world. And we just lost one today. As well as the pilots, the crew, and a lot of faith in air shows and the ability for these old aircraft to still operate. So it's hard to say what the fate of the air show industry is going to look like after this. This is not a new occurrence, and it seems to be that there's been a lot of them recently. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. Obviously, prayers and thoughts to all of the families and all of the friends and everybody who was involved in this incident and the families of everybody. Really, really sad situation. But please do not push blame. This is a lot more complicated than some people are letting it on to be. And some of the angles don't do justice for the situation. So, prayers for all. And I hope you all have a very nice day.